Navigation View is outdated. Here's what you should use instead. So today we'll be creating the navigation using the navigation stack. So this is what we'll be doing. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options in the list. And if we click on any of the options, they will navigate to a detailed view using the navigation stack. The first thing we need to do to create a new data model. The purpose of the data model is to include the lists, items that will be available so that the user can navigate from one view to another. So we need to create a new file. Select Swift file. Name the file favorites. Click on create. Import SwiftUI. And then we create our struct, favorite, identifiable. So we can loop through each of the favorites to populate our list. Let ID equals new ID. Let name string, description, string, and emoji, which will be string. The next thing we need to do is to head over to our content view and type the following. So we need to populate our content view with the favorite struct. Let favorites favorite. So we create an array of favorites. So the first item or element to be within our array will be the pizza, as you can see on the screen. So just type the following, favorite, and then we fill in the missing information. So we pass in these parameters. So that's the name of the pizza, the description of the pizza will be cheesy, delicious, and perfect. Perfect. For movie night. And we also need to add our emoji. So to add our emoji, we need to press the control key, the CTRL key, and the command, and then the space. And then between the quotes, Let's make sure we're between the quotes, and then type in pizza, and then select the pizza as the emoji. So the next one we need to add to the favorites is SwiftUI, but we need to add a comma that specifies that we're adding another object to our array. And then we have to type favorites again, but I'll just copy and paste it, makes it a bit quicker. So for the name, we just update it to be SwiftUI. For the description, we just type in the following, which is Apple's modern way to build iOS user interfaces. And then for the emoji, see if we can locate something that resembles an iPhone. So we need to type or hold down the control key, the command key, and shift. Type in phone. I'll just select this phone here. And then for the remainder of the array elements, I'll just copy and paste them. So now we have our sample data that can be shown in the list. As in this list, as you can see within the image. The next thing we need to do is to enable that list to be displayed on the actual screen. So we need to use the navigation stack. And we need to use a list. So we can do that anywhere after lines like 40. We'll just type in navigation stack, vstack, and then we need alignment to be leading. Dot leading, spacing, 16. Next thing we need to do is add a text element, which will include my favorites. So it will resemble this as a heading. My favorites. Dot font large title. And then we style my favorites by using bold. And then we also add another text element that has the following sentence, which is tap any item below to see more details. It should be below. And then we need to also style that using .font, subheadline, and also we have to set the foreground color, the foreground style to secondary. And now we will implement the actual list to display the thumbnails and the description and the name of each item, and also to display the disclosure to enable the user to navigate from the home screen to the details view, which will be this view. So when the user clicks on the disclosure here, then navigates to the details view. So let's now implement the list. So the list, and then we have to loop through our array that includes our favorites, item in, and then to enable the user to navigate from one screen to the next, we have to use a navigation link, or we could use a button, but we have to give them some element that they can interact with to perform the navigation. And then the next thing we need to do is to create our new view to enable the navigation to be done. So the new view will be called favorite details view. So we create a new SwiftUI view. Select SwiftUI. Name the view as favorite detail view. So the favorites detailed view, it must include a favorite. So it will display the favorite item or record that was selected from the home view. And then that will be displayed within the details view. So we can delete that preview. And then go back to the content view. And then what we need to do now, we need to pass in our favorites to the favorite detail view. Favorite detail view. And the favorite is the item that we selected on the list. And and it will also be the destination where the navigation will happen. And the next thing we need to do is to create a favorite row that includes each of the rows for our list. But we'll implement that in the next tutorial.